Today, Wednesday, October 16th, 2024, Topps Update officially releases, and today we have my top 10 most valuable cards according to me. So what's going on, guys? It's Grip and Rippin'. Before we get into the video today, let's plug in the giveaway as usual. So at 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away hobby packs of the newest product available at the time. All you gotta do is be subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content you see on the channel, and last but not least, leave a comment in the comment section of this video and countless other videos on what has been your favorite moment so far this baseball season, and I will pick the winner once we hit the goal of 2024, which is 10,000 subscribers. So let's get into it. So today is honestly, kind of feels like Christmas morning to an extent. Of course, update is, always really generally like the best base product of the year, and that's really extra special this year because the checklist top to bottom. Now, I will keep in mind these are rookie cards only. No rookie debuts at all in this checklist. I tried to do my top 10 without any rookie debut, and I did it pretty easily. So no rookie debuts. So if someone comments, where's Ellie or whatever, he is not in this. Only rookie cards only, because those are obviously the coveted ones. Rookie debuts are like half of the value to an extent, pretty much. So that's why I did that. So anyways, let's get into it. So the first thing I do want to show, obviously, is that Steel City price of $144. Obviously, that is not the price of a hobby box. I would expect that to go down. That's just them being Steel City. But regardless, I just had to show the box art. Anyways, number 10, we're going to St. Louis. And honestly, this is the only one I really had trouble with because I had to find someone to put here, and I really couldn't. But I came up with Victor Scott II. Victor Scott II makes it at number 10 on this list. Again, the other 9 players I did with ease. This one was the only one I really had trouble with per se. But either way, regardless, I think he's going to be a pretty good piece in their future. And as you notice, I don't know if you could tell or not, I just noticed this when I went onto the website today. The last time we went on this website, Paul Goldschmidt was literally right behind Mason Wynn right here, and now they took him off. So hate to break it to you, Cardinals fans, but I don't think Paul's coming back. Yeah, but regardless, either way, he had 145 at-bats, so not that many at-bats, really, at the end of the day. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, an average of 179 with an OPS of 502. I think next year he's really going to pick it up. He'll probably bat somewhere around, I would say, about 250 probably. I think he has a pretty good future. A lot of people, Cardinals fans, let me know in the comments. I think he'll be pretty good. Some of you might not agree, but I put him over like a pitcher. I was thinking about putting Ben Brown, the pitcher for the Cubs here, but I was like, I would rather put a position player any day of the week over a pitcher. So that's why ultimately he is here. But there are a couple pitchers, obviously, in this checklist in my top 10. So now we go to number 9. One of the pitchers, we're going to the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're going to Jared Jones. Now, obviously, you could tell by my hat I'm a Pirates fan, obviously. But we had 2 really good rookie pitchers on our team this year, and he is one of them. So Jared Jones had a really interesting season with us this year. I think it was around the 4th of July. He had some arm fatigue or something like that. Got shut down for almost 2 months. So he missed a big chunk of time. But either way, 6-8. He played the entire year, by the way. He got called up on opening day. So these stats will kind of look misleading. It screams, honestly, half season. That's really what he played. He only played about 4-6, out of the months, 4 out of 6 months. So he went 6-8, 4.14 ERA, only 22 games, 121 innings, strikeouts 132, whip of 1.19. Very, very good. Next year, I expect big things from Jared Jones. And as you guys know, Jared Jones actually already had a rookie card, and we're going to talk about that quite a bit here in this video. Jared Jones already had a rookie card in Chrome, but what they did was in Series 2, for some reason, Jared Jones was not in Series 2 for whatever reason. I don't know why. Literally got called up on opening day, but that's aside the point. They put him in Update. So I guess in return makes Update a little bit better, so I really can't complain. So at the end of the day, very good. But either way, Jared Jones, a very, very good pitcher. Stats kind of misleading, but next year, I will say, spoiler alert for next year, write this down. Write this down and come back next year when we talk about this guy. Bubba Chandler for the Pittsburgh Pirates, pitcher. And he is touted to be just as good as Paul Skeens. And he will be making his debut next year, probably in May. So he'll probably realistically be in 2025 Update next year, I have to imagine. So remember the name, Bubba Chandler, along with Skeens and Jones. Remember that. Regardless, now we're going to number 8. We're going to Jackson Holliday. Jackson Holliday had a really, really, really weird season. I don't really know how to describe it. He was really good in spring training, really good in AAA when they put him there to start the season, got called up, did terrible, got sent back down, did okay, got called back up, and really didn't do that great. So he had a really roller coaster of a year. I mean, really to describe his year, it's been a roller coaster, really. So anyways, 190 at-bats. We're just going to use his regular season. He didn't play in the postseason at all. 190 at-bats in the regular season. 5 homers, 23 RBIs, an average of 189 with an OPS of 566. Obviously, he's only 20 years old. Obviously, he has a lot of time to develop and mold into a player. But would I say, if I was an Orioles fan, would I be alarmed per se? Kinda. The same way I feel alarmed with Henry Davis, the Pirates. He has honestly been very similar in terms of stats to Jackson Holliday. So I would say I'm kind of concerned, although Henry Davis is a couple years older than Jackson Holliday, obviously. But yeah, I would just give it a little bit time, but it's a red flag, to say the least. That's probably the best way to describe it. Just a little warning, that's all. But I think at the end of the day, he'll be pretty good. So regardless, and again, Jackson Holliday was in Chrome, but a short print in Series 2. So that's why he has a real card in Update. So that's just Topps being Topps. So anyways, number, I believe this is 7. We are going to one of my favorites on this list. We're going to Cleveland, and we're going to Kyle Manzardo. See, at the time when he got called up when? 5/6/24. So he actually got called up before Paul Skeens, just by 5 days, because Paul Skeens got called up May 11th, okay? So at the time, I said, okay, the two heavy hitters of Update are going to be Manzardo and Skeens. And look, Manzardo was all the way down at number 7. Obviously, for multiple reasons, because Topps, like I said, gave people rookie cards in Chrome and then waited for Update to give them their paper base. So I don't know at the end of the day what that was about. But either way, regardless, I'm just going to use his regular season stats. 145 at-bats. He has 5 home runs, 15 RBIs, an average of 234, an OPS of 703. I think next year will be really, really good. Of course, obviously, right now, the Guardians are in the AL Championship Series as of the making of this video. It's not over yet. It's just been literally 2 games. But regardless, I think next year you'll see Manzardo really sprout out to be a really, really good player for the Guardians. So keep an eye out on him. I think he is going to be really, really good. Anyways, number 6, I believe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yes, we're going to Andy Pages. Andy Pages was another guy going into the year who I said, you know what, this guy is going to have a rookie card somewhere down the line. I even predicted, I remember I said it in a video, he is going to be one of the guys you see an Update in 2024. I thought it would have been Series 2 ultimately, but he got called up when? 4/16. I guess if you get called up 2 weeks after the regular season starts, you're going to be an Update automatically, which is really, really weird. But anyways, let's read his regular season stats. Not going to focus on the postseason stuff. 403 at-bats. He has 13 home runs, 46 RBIs, an average of 248 with a 712 OPS. He's a very solid player. Obviously only 23 years old, obviously. So, but again, he is I would call him a supporting cast character. Because obviously, as you see here, you see Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts on the other side here. Glass now, Will Smith. he is a good supporting character, right? He does what he needs to do, while the other big guys in the team in the lineup do what they got to do. So I think Paz really fits in this team. His stats might not be the flashiest in the world, but again, he gets the job done and helps the Dodgers. Obviously, they're in the NL Championship Series as we speak, so obviously Andy Paz is definitely going to be one of those nice supporting cast characters, as I'll call him, for the Dodgers moving forward if he performs like this. If this is all he's got to do. Keep it this way. These stats you see on the screen right now, this is all he's got to do to make the team still be on the team for next year and beyond, right? So, that's a pretty good thing to say when you got, Ohtani and, you got all these other guys on the team and probably a lot more players coming next year, maybe even Juan Soto. Dare I say Juan Soto might be a Dodger next year. It might happen. Realistically, it might happen. So, either way, number 6. Number 5, we are halfway through the list. We're going to Detroit, the magical season of Detroit. We're going to Colt Keith. Colt Keith with the Tigers had a very, very magical, I would say, second half, really, it's what it was. They had like a 0.002% chance to make the playoffs at the deadline, and they made the playoffs. So that was really, really cool to see. Anyways, let's read his regular season stats. 516 at bats. He had 134 hits. I'm assuming that's team leading. As you see, it's in red right there. Home runs, 13. I'm assuming that's what that means. Team leading. I could be wrong. 61 RBIs, an average of 260 with an OPS of 689. Very, very, very solid player. That's exactly what you want out of a second baseman, realistically. You want a second baseman that can hit for like average and get on base for the other guys, and that's really what he did. And I assume he led the team in hits. That's what the red markings are for, I assume. I could be wrong, but I assume. I could be totally wrong on that. But either way, Colt Keith with the Tigers. Very, very magical season. This was another guy, when he got called up, I was like, okay, this is going to be a top guy in update. As you see, he got called up on, what was it? Opening day. He literally made his debut on opening day. So, kind of weird as well. He wasn't in Series 2, actually, now that I think about it. I didn't even know that he got called up on opening day. Like, it's funny, right? 1 year, think about this for a second before we get to the next part of the list. 1 year, all these rookies who get called up are in Series 2. And then this year, they're not. See, I don't know. Topps is just making some silly decisions as of late, as you clearly can tell. But regardless, we are going to number 4. Here's where things are going to get a little fun. So number 4, we're going to Texas. We're going to Wyatt Langford. Yes, Wyatt Langford has a rookie card in update. He was in Series 2 as a short print. He was in Chrome as a base. Now he's in update as a base. So, again, very confusing. But regardless, Wyatt Langford had a very, very good season. Almost 500 at-bats, one shy of 500, 126 hits, 16 home runs, 74 RBIs, a 253. Sorry, my eyes are screwing me today. 253 average and a 740 OPS. That is very, very, very good. Wyatt Langford, unfortunately, they didn't make the playoffs this year. They had a really weird season. Of course, they just came off of winning the World Series last year. They didn't make the playoffs this year. That was very weird to see there. But regardless, Wyatt Langford is going to be one of those guys you see as a Texas Ranger for a very, very, very long time. And he's going to be very, very good. I am very excited. He's one of the guys I love to watch. Like, there's, you got your guys. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, when you watch baseball, I could say, oh, I like watching Aaron Judge. I like watching Ellie De La Cruz, and see what he does when he gets on base, right? Or I'm like that with Wyatt Langford. I love watching Wyatt Langford play. I think he's a very good player. He's going to be a very good player for a long time. So, they got a really, really good stud right there with the Wyatt Langford. So, number 3, here's where things are going to get really fun. Number 3, we're going to Milwaukee. We're going to Jackson Chourio. By far going to finish probably 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting. I would assume 3rd, obviously, with 2 very other good players we're going to talk about. But regardless, let's look at his regular season. 528. He had 21 home runs, 79 RBIs, a 275 average with an OPS of 791. Very, very good player, and a big reason why the Brewers exceeded expectations. I mean, the Brewers, I don't know if you guys remember this, but they were really not supposed to win. I think, how many games did they win? 90-something games? 91 games, I think it was. They were not supposed to do that. Obviously, losing Corbin Burns to the Orioles and Brandon Woodruff was out all year with injury. Those two guys, they were not really supposed to be as good as they were this year, and they were. And a big reason why was Jackson Chourio. Jackson Chourio, also, the projections earlier in the year to start the season, they did not have him doing this well. I usually like to look at predictions and projections of players to match them up with what happens at the end of the season, and he was not projected to be like this year. So at the age of 20, and there's a reason, right? There's a reason why they extended him. They literally gave him an extension before he even made his debut in the big league. So they saw it. I understand what they see now. At the age of 20, he's doing that. He is definitely, when Yelich and all these other guys fade into the distance and get older and retire, Chourio is going to become the new face of the Milwaukee Brewers. Watch and see. I'm telling you right now. Either way, number 2. Now, here's where the debate's really going to start, I feel like. Number 2, we're going to Jackson Merill. I mean, Jackson Merill, I will tell you this. Any other year, Jackson Merill would have won the Rookie of the Year, hands down. Probably would have been 70% Merill and 30% Chourio, or maybe a little closer, 60-40. But Merill, very, very solid year. Very, very solid year. Let's read his stats. 554 at-bats, 162 hits. He had 24 homers, 90 RBIs, and an average of 292 and OPS at 826. Like I said, any other year he would have won Rookie of the Year, hands down. But there's obviously one other player who I think is going to win Rookie of the Year, right? And before we talk about him, I mean, it's pretty obvious who we're going to talk about. Let me tell you about today's sponsor of the video. This video today is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the official ticket market of Major League Baseball, and we have partnered up to deliver huge savings for you guys who watch my videos. So click the link down below, download the app today, use my promo code GRIPANDRIP. That is promo code GRIPANDRIP at checkout to save $20 off your first purchase only. So the code only works if you've never bought with SeatGeek.com before. So big thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring all these videos. I absolutely love working with them. And use my code, use it for any event. You can use it for a sporting event, a concert, WWE, you name it. If there's a ticket, it works. So regardless, now we get to number 1, and we get to my personal favorite. I mean, the hat, I swear I'm not biased. But it's Paul Skeens, right? It's Paul Skeens. Undoubtedly, at least here's the thing. If you ask 29 other fan bases except the Padres, everyone's going to tell you that Paul Skeens is Rookie of the Year. Let's just read these stats for a second. 11-3, realistically, probably should have been 15-2. There's a lot of games where they didn't give him run support, and he got no decisions for. And there was one game that actually they blew when he was doing really well. So, yeah, regardless, it was 1-0, I think the score was, so it was ridiculous. Regardless, 11-3. 196 ERA, played in 23 games, and innings pitched of 133, 170 strikeouts. That is insane. And a whip of .95, even more insane. If he would have got called up on opening day, which we would have liked to have seen, because obviously he got called up here, you see, 5-11, which I was actually at that game. By the way, every one of his rookie cards, he has 3 rookie cards in the set. I kid you not. He has 3 rookie cards. Real rookie card, rookie debut, and a card where he's walking from the dugout, or the bullpen, on his first start. And I was right there when they took that picture. I was literally standing right there. So that's pretty cool to see that have a card. So, undoubtedly going to be Rookie of the Year. I mean, if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, you are telling every pitcher that comes after Paul Skeens that they can't win Rookie of the Year unless they're better stats than this. So put that into perspective real quick. So Paul Skeens, undoubtedly, if you ask 29 of the 30 fan bases who's Rookie of the Year, it's going to be Paul Skeens. Now, Padres fans, I get it. Merill, very good. Would have won if Paul Skeens didn't get called up this year. But again, that's just how life goes. It's just an award at the end of the day. It's just a personal accomplishment. At the end of the day, put it this way. Pirates fans and Padres fans, guess where we're sitting right now? We are sitting at home watching other teams in the playoffs. So really, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So regardless, that is my top 10 list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have a very fun time opening 2024 Topps Update. I will say, though, the last thing I'll say is this. There's a rumor right now, and we will know by tomorrow because Chrome Update comes out for pre-order tomorrow. There's a rumor that the release date is October 30th, which only leaves this product relevant for 2 weeks if that's the case. So I'm definitely going to make a video talking about that when that gets confirmed or denied regardless. But yeah, so hopefully you guys have a good time opening this product. It should be a good product. Obviously, I'm recording this on Tuesday, the day before the release, so I don't have it yet, obviously. But yeah, either way, Either way, I'm getting out of here. Let me know what you think. Type your top 10 in the comments. Type your top 10 in the comments down below. Let's see how your list differs from mine, and I'll see you guys in the next one.